La Punta in Rome. First menu review in Italy, which means lots of very proud Italians bashing me in the comments. Let's begin. So a little bit about the venue. It is a joint project between the guys from the Jerry Thomas Project and Freni e Frizioni, two already established bars in Rome. It is apparently, according to them, 2 years in the making. It's a temple of agave, and they're just trying to recreate the sights, smells, sounds of Mexico in Rome. Simple as that. I've been there, it was good, I don't remember the morning. I'm gonna start with first impressions. It's a tiny ass menu. Nice little feel to it. I can't describe this. It's sort of matte. It's a passport to Mexico, I guess, to agave. I like the front cover. The illustration is really cool. A little throwback to Mexico, how agave was a revered plant, and yeah. So far, so good. Awesome first page. So we can see here, the passport structure is the concept of the menu. The actual pages, the paper feels like a real passport. Simple, but effective. Simple, but effective. I like the first 2 pages. No bullshit, straight into the drinks, right? Aperitivo, straight up. Then you got the wines, great. So they know their audience. So it's like aperitivos, wines, pitchers, shots. Okay, we're going into micheladas. Perfect. I don't even feel like I'm in a cocktail bar, which is quite interesting. All right, signature drinks. 1 page of signatures, 1 page of classics. Interestingly, every single page is keeping me entertained, which is good. I like that. I like that. And it ends with a question of, do you know Maria Sabina? Yeah, okay. From a practical standpoint, I think this menu is dope, right? It is really compact. There's not a lot of pages. It gets straight to the point. I get it. It's super pragmatic. I love that. The menu features 19 drinks. Now, I use the term drinks and not cocktails because of the way they break it down. So every page has its own little section. In the case of the micheladas, it's 7 to 8 euros. Signatures go from 10 to 12 euros. Aperitivos are between 8 and 10, and classics are from 8 and 10. Price-wise, it's quite mid-range, if not quite low. And this is a specialist spirit. Agave is not cheap, and that's pretty cool. Makes it very accessible. There's 11 brands listed by name on this menu. The number 1 with 4 mentions is Sol Beer. The second is Del Professore Products with 3 mentions. Third place is tied between 3 different tequila brands. And yeah, so there's definitely a variety of products available. The menu is super lightweight. The whole thing just weighs 17 grams. The size is passport size, I guess tiny, A6. Put it in your pocket, forget it size. So let's start with the pros. The menu is compact as fuck. It definitely has a premium finish to it. It lets you know that you're in a place that cares about the details. Another pro is the price. It's a very accessible price point for everything that they offer. The way they've sectioned all of their cocktails or drinks is great. Those are the main practical pros, but of course, I'm an asshole, so change of hats. Let's move into the cons. So the first con I found was spelling mistakes. If you've committed so much to menu design, to complicated fonts, paper, and concept, nah, not at your level. The first drink on the menu is a Mezcal Negroni, and if you are trying to get people to try agave spirits, Mezcal is definitely not what you want to use to get them in that. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. According to the menu, there's only 2 beers that they stock. If you can't get money from spirits brands, get money from beers. On the back of the menu, it says that this is a temple of agave and they feature other agave spirits such as Bocanora, Raicilla, that there's no actually cocktails featuring those spirits on the menu. The way the drinks are laid out is that there's the name for the drink and then there's a list of ingredients. So there's no real descriptors about how those ingredients really taste. Sometimes the ingredients would also be a little bit obscure. One of the drinks, for example, it just says pepper syrup. Like, is that chili peppers? Is that bell peppers? What kind of peppers are they? The bar has gone to lengths to describe the wines. There is a flavor descriptor for the wines. So there's no reason why they can't be a flavor descriptor for some of the drinks. Con. Let's move on to visual. I think the visual aspect of this menu is its strongest point. It's a very clear visual direction with this passport concept, and that really hooks you in. Encapsulate the spirit of Mexicana in a really authentic way without using tired stereotypes such as sombreros and fucking mariachi bands and shit. I like that when we get to the micheladas, there's like a little airport stamp. That's a nice nod to the concept. So, let's move on to the pros. It's a very distinct visual style, which is awesome. There's 4 major illustrations in the menu, and they're very clear and distinct in style. Our eyes are never bored when you're reading through this menu. It's very clean, very clear, very crisp, and very memorable. But of course, there's always something. The weakest aspect visually, I would say, is definitely the shot advert for the Jose Cuervo Tradicional. Picture of a shot that they've put some filters onto, and €4. It's like I'm nice and then I'm a dick and then I'm nice and then I'm a dick. So conceptually, I think this menu is flawless in what it's trying to achieve. It is an agave heaven. A menu is just an extension of your concept. The La Punta menu is spot on. Pros of the concept. The number 1 pro is that it's just so accessible. One of my favorite aspects of this menu is also the last page. Do you know Maria Sabina? Googling Maria Sabina and spending the last half an hour on Wikipedia reading about her life. But it's not without a couple of different things. Cons. Most of the drinks have a named brand, and yet some drinks just have mezcal. They've definitely sold listings to some brands. Okay, we've sold the listings, we name the brand. We don't sell the listings, we don't name the brand. But that approach is counterproductive to promoting agave spirits. And this menu tells me that's what happened. But then that makes me question your authenticity of your intentions. Also at the back it says Cocina Mexicana. Where the fuck's the food menu, guys? Closing statement. Take a basic, simple concept and keep it simple, stupid. Don't overcomplicate it. Very simple layout, very accessible drinks, very easygoing menu. I wish I could say more shit things about this menu, because then Italians would start beating their chest and all proud of their country and defending, and then I would get more views, more likes, and more shares. I guess I can't really criticize or make massive statements when something is just keeping it easy, keeping it fucking... Capiche, capiche, I don't know to be shared.